Hi y'all, Tracy, Trials of a Long-Haired Girl here.
Hi y'all, Chris, the short-haired guy, although his hair is not so short right now because he needs a haircut.
It is time again for Tag Tuesday. Thank you to Jen over at Embracing Chaos with Jen for coming up with the questions, with a bonus from Steve. Do you go by a nickname? Shall I do yours and you do mine?
Yes.
Okay, so fun story. When Chris and I started dating, I did not want to jinx it. And at that time, Weight Watchers still had their community boards. So he was dubbed Decent Guy. So it was DG for short, so he would sign his emails DG. Because, yes, I did tell him that this happened. Honestly, it came about because I kept saying I was struggling to find a decent guy, and then I met my husband.
Hopefully she thinks I'm more than just decent now.
And now he often goes by my handsome husband. That's often what I call him.
Okay. Moving right along. I won't go into the whole story of how this nickname evolved. Let's just say it went through several nicknames for her that got changed a little bit, and we wound up at Lurvels. So she's Lurvels. It's such an amazing word. Okay.
And then as a child, my nickname was Sunshine, because
She's sunny.
I woke up. I was always happy and positive. It was very rare that you saw me, in a negative headspace. Okay. Are you named after anyone?
No.
My middle name is the same as my aunt's, as well as my aunt and my grandmother. My aunt on my mom's side and my grandmother on my dad's side. I don't know if that was, I don't remember my mother telling me that was technically the reason that my middle name is Lee, but nonetheless. What show do you wish would come back from your childhood?
You go first.
My husband was not much of a TV watcher growing up. I'm going to go with the first one that popped into my head, and it would be The Facts of Life. And I think it's because I am curious as to how that would change.
Okay. I think that the world is overdue for a remake of Knight Rider, but I don't really know how you would pull that off, so... It would probably just wind up being stupid and ridiculous. But then again, the original was kind of stupid and ridiculous, and that's what made it good. So I don't know how I don't know.
It could happen.
Yeah.
If you could be any cartoon character, who would you be?
Boy, I wasn't prepared for that.
I'm going to go with Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
She was very smart. I liked Velma.
Okay. For some reason, I'm thinking of maybe going with Marvin the Martian.
He would be pretty fun.
Where's the kaboom? There's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Okay. If you could get back any article of clothing that you once wore, what would it be?
That's an excellent question. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of a stumper. I got nothing.
I got something.
Okay. Of course.
My cousin had given me this very awesome pair of Guess overalls.
That's definitely from a time and place.
Yes. During the 80s. Yes, it was. I didn't get to wear them often because I only got down to a size 3, which is the size that they were like for a short period of time. Okay. If you could hear anyone in history give a speech, whom would you hear?
Golly, I don't know. That's sort of a long list, potentially. I'm really not quite sure.
Pick one.
No. You go first.
Honestly, I'm thinking JFK or Martin Luther King.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Would you pick anybody different?
No. Okay, let's just keep going.
What is your favorite childhood memory? Shall I go first?
Go ahead.
Okay. Y'all have to understand, I'm a child of the 70s, and I lived in a small city where people did not lock their doors. You trusted your neighbors, you knew your neighbors. It was definitely a different time. So I was friends with our neighbor, this little street that we lived on. I was probably 4, maybe 5, but we moved when I was 5, so I'm guessing I was probably 3 or 4. I was playing outside. My mom came to look for me. And that part I don't remember. I've heard the story. I went over to my friend Laura's while they were not home so that I could play with her toys. And Mom came looking for me, and she couldn't find me anywhere. And when my neighbors came home, Pat, God rest her soul, answered the door. She was like, "Is Tracy here?" Well, Laura was not home. It was just the parents. And she came in Laura's room and found me playing in her toys. And I'm not sure that's my absolute favorite, but it is one of the funniest.
That is funny.
And also me falling asleep under the couch and the police being called. Although it wasn't funny at the time.
It's funny in hindsight, certainly.
It is funny in hindsight, and that's always the first place my dad looks now for any child that they can't find is under the couch.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite childhood memory?
Oh, I don't know where to start, so we'll just keep on going.
Honey, pick one. I shared 2. Pick one.
Okay, I got nothing. Keep going.
I have one you could share.
What?
That you mentioned to me.
Yeah.
When you used to go walking around downtown when you were in high school.
Oh, that's true. That was a good memory, I guess.
I'm not sure it was your favorite, but so he went to school basically in downtown Dallas. And so because he was in a magnet school for strictly musicians.
No.
Right?
It was all arts.
It was all arts, sorry. Hence the art magnet. Hello?
Yes.
Anyway, he would go walk around downtown. So when he and I would we would want to do something but didn't really want to leave town, we would take the trolley, which is something else that he introduced me to.
Yeah, that's actually a good one.
I never
technically
had an
a childhood
opportunity
memory.
to take the trolley. But he took me on the trolley. We went downtown. We walked around. We saw, various sights downtown that I may not have noticed when I was driving downtown. When did you get your first cell phone?
Probably about 2000. I'm not going to go... That was a little bit before that. I bet you it was 1999. Yeah. It was 1999.
Mine was definitely the late 90s, probably around the same time frame.
Yeah.
Because Mom didn't want me to be driving all the way down here without a cell phone.
Yeah. It was after I was married the first time.
So I never used, I rarely used my cell phone. And the one time I remember really needing my cell phone, it was dead.
Of course.
What's the first book you remember reading?
It was probably Dr. Seuss something. I just couldn't put a finger on which Dr. Seuss book it would have been.
I do remember some of the Dr. Seuss books, but the ones that stick out most in my mind that I remember going back to over and over again, and the ones that I had to buy for Jared because I love them to this day, is Shel Silverstein.
Oh, okay.
Those are the books that stick out most in my head. I remember reading, I can't remember what basically it was a young adult romance series. I remember reading those. I remember reading Nancy Drew's, but the ones that stick out most in my head are Shel Silverstein.
Okay.
Although I'm probably butchering his name, and for that I apologize. What is something silly that you believed as a child?
That's funny. I can't really put a finger on that either. Looks like you're kind of struggling with it too.
I am kind of struggling with that.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
She got it.
When I was a little girl, I always was curious about how my mom always knew when I was getting into something that I shouldn't be getting into. So she had told me at one time that she had eyes in the back of her head. So, hold this. One day she is sitting down and she starts feeling me do this behind her head. I'm pulling her hair up and I'm looking all around. And she said, "Tracy, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm looking for the eyes in the back of your head." So that was something silly that I believed when I was a child. Bonus question from Steve.
Boy.
Who was your celebrity crush growing up?
My celebrity crush.
Scott Baio.
Okay. I wasn't really in a very celebrity zone, so I'm really not even sure.
I mean, I had pictures of Scott Baio, Ralph Macchio,
Yeah.
So, no musicians that you were crushing on?
Not that I can really think of.
Alrighty.
I'm
Well,
not being
that's
very
it.
entertaining this week, am I?
That's it for this week.
Yep.
If you want to do the tag, let me know down below or send me an email and I can put your link in a future video. As you know, this is officially a no tag Tuesday because the illusion is gone. Y'all know that we all talk to each other. I will put a link below of the people who normally participate in Tag Tuesday. Some of them may not be able to participate each week, and that's okay, but we're still going to keep their links down below because we have a great group who normally participates in this, and they have a whole lot of other great content. So, anyway, I hope you have a great day, y'all. Be blessed.
Bye.
Button.